Expedition Finance in Sydney. We traveled 35,000 kilometers. On the one hand, we provide financial education in our video format. On the other hand, yes, we need to compensate. And I had a look at several web pages. What can I do? So many offers. Planting trees, buying certificates, or replacing diesel aggregates by solar power in Africa. What's really helpful? What's impactful? Yeah. Now I'm gonna meet Roger, my old friend from London times. I did not see him for 15 years. Roger! Yeah, come on. Hey, it's good to see you, my friend.
Great to see you.
A person very familiar with carbon credits is the founder of C2Zero, Roger.
Hey. Yeah.
You are a former investment banker and now dealing with carbon credits. Is it an ascent or a descent, Roger?
I'd say it's an evolution. Carbon is really the intersection between finance, science, technology and the environment. So I've just moved from investment banking into carbon.
You want to pick it up, okay?
Okay. So this ball
is a specific one from
Yeah,
you?
it's made by one of our partners, and their business model works on a 2-for-1 basis. So every ball that a customer buys, they give one ball to a community in need. So they go to Africa or to communities where they just don't have the resources. And in addition, each ball locks away 5 kilograms of CO2 with C2Zero.
Now you need to explain why we are here, what's that, and why is it neutral is not enough.
Okay, so why are we here? The main reason is to have some coffee. But the second reason is because Little Marionette is one of our longest and most loyal customers. And then neutral is not enough. Since the industrial age, the carbon dioxide levels have been increasing and increasing and increasing. Now we realize that it's causing climate change. We need to A, stop polluting, which will halt climate change. So when we stop, we become neutral. But then we have to go further to undo all the damage we've done in the past. So neutral's not enough. We've got to go beyond neutral.
That's a real good coffee in Australia. Coming back to business, how does it work for C2Zero? What's behind it?
We want to stop polluters polluting. One way we can do that is to buy the permits that they need when they pollute. Those permits are called emissions allowances. And the way emissions allowances work is the regulator creates a pool of emissions allowances. There's a finite regulated pool. Polluters have to go into the pool to buy those allowances, so they set the price by supply and demand.
They're limited?
Yes, there's a regulated cap. They call it a cap and trade system, so there's a cap on the quantity of allowances, and then the allowances can be traded freely. So if you're a polluter, you've got to buy allowances to cover the amount of pollution you emit. And so if there's 100 allowances out there, theoretically you could have 100 units of pollution. So the way C2Zero works, we're different from most carbon credit companies in that we buy those same emissions allowances that the polluters use, but instead of using them to pollute, we lock them away in a bankruptcy remote trust. So if you look at our cup of coffee, for each cup of coffee we're locking away 450 grams of carbon. So if you take one of these cards, which has got a unique QR code, I'm going to scan it so you can see. There we go. So you can. So I claimed the carbon, and you can see in my account now I've locked away 450 grams.
And now you show me your office.
Yeah, it's a really nice place. After you.
That's right. Okay, thank you. That's your office.
So it's an old school and a church.
C2Zero, how can you scale your business?
Our real goal is to start working with brands who can take the carbon and turn the carbon into the value part of the item. Now what we need to do is find brands who make, whatever it is. Imagine shoes with a ton of carbon attached, or other goods or services.
That will mean you lock away the carbon?
We do.
What do you give then to the companies?
So the companies get tokens which allow them to link their own goods or services or activities to that carbon that's locked away. What the company has done is taken carbon out of the system. Remember, we said there's a finite amount of carbon that can be released. So if we bought all the carbon, there's nothing left for the polluters. The more we buy and lock away, the less there is that can be used to pollute.
What happens if you lock away all the carbon? What would happen worst case?
If you go to the logical extreme, imagine if we bought all the carbon right away, so suddenly there's none left. Obviously the system will break and you've got a regulator who's going to do something. Regulators can do anything, so they will probably put more carbon into the system, but the markets we work in all run under the Paris Accord, so everything's legislated. So it would really require an act of Parliament to change the system. If we took all the carbon out of it, we'd have a pretty big voice at the table as to how the system changes. So that's my ambition.